Joining me now, someone who can help with that effort and who knows him very well, Congresswoman Angie Craig of Minnesota. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. I miss y'all. You're on recess, but you'll be back next month. Look, you backed Tim Walz, your governor, to be Harris's running mate as the Veep stakes played out. What's the view that you've gotten of Walz that the public has yet to see?
Look, I think you're seeing the real Tim Walz on a national stage. This is the Tim Walz that we've known for many, many years right here in Minnesota, from the congressman who represented a red part of the state to the governor who won election and re-election twice in my congressional district, which is a swing district in Minnesota. And somebody asked me the other day, what's kind of the story you'd like to share of Tim Walz? And I said, look, I've been turkey hunting with the guy in the morning and to a gay rights events in the evening. So he can really just relate to anybody, and he is who he is.
When you say it like that, the guy's got range. I wonder if you can also give your response to, with the rise on the national level, the criticism that he's now getting from Republicans and others of his military record. What do you see in those attacks?
Well, I think it's really important, and I've been seeing this all over the press, that journalists call J.D. Vance out directly for the lies. We all know here in Minnesota exactly the facts. He's put those out there. He retired from his unit to go to Congress, and then his unit got caught up. And so I think that is really a shame. And you need to ask yourself, if you're listening to somebody who's denigrating another veteran's record, then you got to ask yourself, is that the kind of guy that you really want as your vice president? And we know in Minnesota that Tim Walz is always going to do the right thing.
We've heard a lot of stories about Governor Walz on LGBTQ plus issues, and this one in particular has affected you deeply and in a personal way. In 2006, Walz ran for Congress in a conservative Minnesota district, but campaigned in support of marriage equality. 12 years later, you became the first openly gay person to be elected to Congress from Minnesota. What does that arc mean to you?
Well, my wife and I, we have 4 sons, and we got married in California in 2008 because that was way before Minnesota would let us here. And to see a red district congressman come out and so forcefully say, right is right, love is love, marry who you want to in Minnesota. That's none of our business. That was a big deal to my wife and I and our family, and very validating. And so, I've always had this governor's back to anybody who wants to attack him on these issues. And as it turns out, Minnesotans, they know what's right, and they sent the first LGBTQ member of Congress to Washington from a district that, when I won it, was slightly Republican and is still a swing district here in the state of Minnesota.
I was going to say, you are still in a swing district, what we call here in Washington a frontline Democrat. Your seat and others like it can make or break Democrats' chances of regaining the House majority. I heard a lot from frontliners during the time about Joe Biden, whether or not he would step down from the ticket. Has the Harris-Walz ticket changed the way that you see your own electoral prospects and the ways that your fellow frontliners are talking about this moment in 2024 politics?
Well, first and foremost, you see the level of enthusiasm. It's organic. It's happened overnight. We're united. But importantly as well, Tim Walz, he can win a swing district in Congress. He's won my district twice in his first election as governor, as well as in his reelection. And so my commentary to my fellow frontliners in Congress and folks all across Washington is, that is going to translate very well to those battleground states that we need in order to take the presidency. So, I just think this selection is terrific. I certainly did advocate for the governor in the Veep stakes in Washington, but I did it because I really do believe he's always going to do what's right, and that he's going to be able to translate just talking to folks in a way that very few politicians can. And get ready, those battleground states, you're about to meet Tim Walz, and whatever they lob at him, he's going to lob the truth back, and it's going to be just fine.
Congresswoman Angie Craig, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you when you're back in Washington.